Rock and roll. Welcome to the show with
Alex Brampernard Rasmussen,
Doug Smithall,
and Andy Brampernard.
And we think that Nana's going to come in too, but we don't know for sure because she had an appointment at 9. But maybe she'll make it in for the last 45 minutes or half hour or something. You think?
You're married to her. I see her once a week. I think you'd probably have better.
Married to Nana.
She's an enigma wrapped in a mystery.
Oh, where was that from originally?
I don't know.
An enigma.
Was it
wrapped
murder
in a
by
mystery.
death? Remember
It
that
might have been
Paul
murder by
Simon,
death. Yeah, it
Paul
might have
Simon,
been.
Neil Simon.
I was going to say
movie.
Paul Simon.
Neil Simon.
Neil Simon,
Didn't know
Paul
he acted.
Simon. All those.
Okay, I had to bring this up to you because Alex is over there doing her nails.
A riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. Churchill.
No, there you
Really?
go.
Churchill came up with that? Was that between drinks?
The caption is a statement made by Winston Churchill about the Soviet Union in October 1939
There you
after
go.
signing the Nazi
That
Soviet
guy
pact.
could write.
Oh, yeah.
He was
Right.
brilliant.
Seriously.
So here's my favorite Churchill story. Can I tell this one? It's quick.
Whatever.
So George Bernard Shaw and Churchill are buddies.
Yes.
Shaw has an opening in Broadway play called Major Barbara. Sends him a note saying, "Here's 2 tickets to the opening. Bring a friend if you have one." Kind of a slam.
Mhm.
So Churchill fires back with, "Previous engagement. Would love to come to the second show if there is one."
If there
Can you
is
imagine
one.
those 2 guys going
I
toe to toe?
love it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. No question. So in any case, I have noticed since I've lost 91 pounds, and by the way, lifting weights is not a good idea when you're trying to lose another 10 pounds because it just holds on to everything once you start lifting weights, no matter what you put in your body, it holds on to it for like a week.
Mhm.
Well, you're not lifting weights is not a way to lose.
I know, but you don't want to
There's-
be all flabby and weird.
There's
Yeah.
cutting and there's bulking. You can't do
That's
both
right.
at the same time.
I would
You,
know.
Horn Tootin'.
I
You'd know,
Yep.
lift
I
weights
do a lot of
almost
cutting and
every day.
bulking.
do you?
Yeah.
How much can you curl?
How much can I curl? Really?
What's your 1 rep max?
1 rep max.
I don't do
What is
that.
it? What is it?
I don't try to just how heavy can I lift one time?
I still love the fact that when I was a big weightlifter, to bench 300 pounds was a big deal. Now the world record's 1150.
Oh my God.
Little steroids involved there, you think?
Jeez.
Maybe a bit.
1150.
Can't be good for you.
How does
No,
that
it
not
cannot.
break your shoulder
Yeah,
bones?
or anything.
What's the thing is your bones don't really get a whole lot stronger.
No, they
No.
do not. All right, so here's the deal. Since I lost the 91 pounds, I began to notice I grow a beard now, which I've never been able to do
Really?
before. I could grow a full beard now if I wanted to.
Huh.
And I have to cut my nails twice a week, toenails and fingernails. They grow so fast now. So what is my body? What am I taking from my body that's growing nails and hair more?
Turning
than
into
they
Howard
used
Hughes, apparently.
to?
Health.
Yeah, maybe. What?
Health.
Yeah, you're probably healthier, so your testosterone levels are going up.
Oh, I suppose that's what it is.
That'd be my guess.
I mean, I have to file my nails 3 times a week
So that's good.
to keep them the same length, and I could shave my legs, get out of the shower, and need to shave my legs again. It's ridiculous.
There you go. Seriously, I have never been able to grow a beard, and now I have a full facial hair now.
Yeah, I couldn't grow until I was about 40. I tried before, but I
Weird.
looked like a chemo patient.
Yeah, it never looks good in your
Patchy.
teens,
Oh, patchy.
even
Well,
early
Andy's-
20s.
Yeah. Andy's got his red patches.
Yep.
Dan
I got all
has-
sorts of colors going on.
Dan has red patches in his
Oh, he
facial
does
hair.
too.
Yeah.
Mine's red, brown, and white, or gray, I suppose.
Colorful.
Okay, a few things we have to take on here because we got all the experts in studio now.
All the
not
experts.
all the experts. Nana's not here. Hopefully I don't think she's going to make it now. It's 10 o'clock. She probably went, oh, it's 10, almost 10. I'll just go home. Show you a pill.
Maybe.
Have you heard Adultoween?
Hmm.
Halloween for adults.
Apparently,
I'm
the
assuming?
latest Halloween trend is Adultoween. I have not looked at this story.
It's a
It has
horrible
something
name.
to do with
Yeah.
wiener dogs. Yeah, I'm like,
We're gonna find
I wish
out.
we had a wiener dog. They're
wiener
fun.
dogs are very cute.
It's October, so here come the Halloween polls. The chocolate company Ferrero released their 2024 Halloween survey, and they're trying to claim the hot new adult trend, or excuse me, the hot new trend is adults celebrating Halloween. Well, that's not new though.
Yeah.
We
Used to
Well,
go to
that's
parties in my
celebrate.
20s all the time.
oh God, yes.
Put on costumes and get
Oh,
hammered.
one of my favorite one is we had one at our house. We had a costume party at our house.
Yeah.
And my brother Tony got pissed off at his wife, or just I don't know what happened, but he was going to walk home from Minnetonka to like far east Bloomington. So he's
It's a
walking,
good walk.
and
Yeah.
he's dressed as Elvis. Okay, so he's got an Elvis costume. He's got the whole costume, the hair, all the rest of it. He got so pissed off because all the way home, people drive by and go, Dracula.
Oh, jeez.
Dracula.
Dracula, Elvis. What's the difference?
Oh boy.
They thought he was Dracula. That pissed him off more than anything, I think. Okay, so here it is. They're even trying to get a new term trending, adultoween. And it says here, can we agree that's dumb and should never be uttered again? Here are a few stats to kick off the spookiest month of the year. See if you agree with these. And by the way, it is one of my favorites. And I suppose it has to do with the fact that, it's Andy's birthday, and then it's my birthday, and then it's Andy's birthday, then it's Halloween, then it's my birthday, then it's
what about
Thanksgiving,
me?
and you too,
The 5th,
the 5th.
before you.
It's all true. But that whole deal from the beginning of October, November, December, man, a lot of great. And of course, you roll into the New Year's Day as well.
Yeah.
But what a great time of the year. And it's kind of nice they set it up that way because you're easing into winter, which is not usually people's favorite, unless, of course, you're into snowboarding or sledding or skiing or some of that stuff.
We're living in Florida.
More of that.
Living in Florida is going to be a bitch to ski.
Winter in
It is.
Florida is very nice.
It is indeed. Okay, here we go. 40% of people polled said Halloween is their favorite holiday.
40%.
40%.
I don't doubt it.
Huh.
That's surprising.
The weather's
seems
nice.
Really
It's not.
high.
It's not hot, but it's not cold either. You know,
Yeah, but
it's,
40
you get to watch spooky movies. I think it's mostly about the media because
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Yeah,
media
probably
surrounding Halloween. It's Halloween and Christmas probably make up like 95% of holiday themed movies.
What's your favorite holiday, Andy?
It's either got to be Halloween or Christmas.
Arbor
Yeah.
Day.
Arbor Day,
I
yeah.
think I'm a Thanksgiving guy.
Thanksgiving's good too.
I don't know. Thanksgiving is, to me, it's a lot like, it's basically Christmas. It's cold. You eat a lot of food, but there's no presents. Inferior Christmas.
Inferior Christmas. That's exactly right. No, I've always loved Halloween except for that one year when I was about to turn 11 years old. I was 7 days away from turning 11, but I had grown to 5'10", 5'11",
Ooh, boy.
and my voice dropped. No one would give me candy
Yeah.
because
You
they
just have
assumed
to-
I was an adult.
You just have to tell them it's Adultoween.
Yes, it's
It's
adultoween now,
adultoween.
so you have to give me candy. But such is life. Okay, 77% of adults feel nostalgic about trick-or-treating. Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, of course.
Except for to this day, Mike Devitt and I can claim we're the only two people I have ever talked to or ever met who got robbed on Halloween. Walking down the alley between 914 14th Avenue North, which is one block north of Plymouth Avenue. So Plymouth and Bryant. He and I are walking. We're both in first grade.
That's right just north of the old projects, right?
Absolutely. So I'm 5 because I started school early.
Yeah.
And Mike was about the same age. This guy came out dressed full costume, jumps out from behind a garage and robs 2 5-year-olds.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. It's like, welcome to North Minneapolis, ladies and gentlemen. Do you like that milk dud thing you got?
Yeah.
God, what a dope. 36% of people plan to dress up their pets this year. Do you guys do that?
I mean, we make a very small amount of effort.
Okay.
We have costumes for the dogs that we just keep. I've been putting on them every year.
You do
Birch-
put them on every year.
Birch has a pumpkin outfit.
There
and
you
May
go.
is an astronaut.
See, there you go. So you guys do the same thing we do.
She once got loose in her astronaut costume,
Whoops.
and the neighbor was like, and there's like a helmet with the little, like this kind of thing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Speaker thing. And our neighbor was like, I thought it was May at first because May gets out a lot. And then she just kind of runs around the neighborhood and then comes back. And because Sage doesn't close the front door.
Yeah,
and
there
she's
you go.
She's
Yeah.
like, wee, I'm going to go visit everyone. And then
Outta
comes
here.
back. And so she's like, at first I thought it was May. And then I was like, is she wearing an astronaut costume? It's like, yeah. And this wasn't anywhere near Halloween either.
Oh, it wasn't.
Fawn just put it on her.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll happen. What are you
Yeah.
going to do? So yeah, 36% of people plan to dress up their pets this year. 47% of adults said they'd like to dress up in a costume for their own enjoyment. I don't care if you like my costume. It's for me. Okay.
Listen,
well,
It
geez.
seems weird.
Yeah,
that's
calm down,
a
buddy.
little bit aggressive.
Mhm.
And
Just
I
a
would
little, yeah.
love to dress up in costumes.
Mhm.
What costume would you pick?
I don't know, anybody. I would do like family costumes. I would do my own costumes. I think dressing up in costumes is super fun. But I, A, don't want to spend a bunch of money on something I'm going to wear once. And B,
Mhm.
don't want to just wear something once and then get rid of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
You know, I'm like, if there was an adult costume cheap rental or something, I don't know. Like, I like the idea of dressing up in a costume. And if it wasn't something that I was like, now what do I do with this stuff?
Right.
Then I would do it.
We had
But-
the kids one year do Napoleon Dynamite characters.
Oh,
It was
Oh, that's
really
amazing.
funny.
Those boots.
daughter
Where'd
was-
you get the
yeah,
boots?
Oh, that's funny.
Well, I don't remember where we had the boots or
Those
not, but
boots were cool.
Sarah's oldest
Those
at the
boots
time
were
had
cool.
just super curly hair.
Oh, funny.
He looked just like Napoleon.
Hmm.
My son was Pedro. Just gave him a little
Great.
mustache.
That's funny. Fawn
That's
wants us
so
to
much
be the Wizard of Oz. She wants to be the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh, she does. Okay.
She was already Glinda when she was probably 4 or 5.
I remember that. Yep.
She wants to be the Wicked Witch of the West. She wants Birch to be her flying monkey. She wants May to be Toto. She wants me to be Dorothy.
Dorothy. Okay.
And she wants Dan to be the Tin Man. And Sage got to choose between
The
the
lion and the
Scarecrow
scarecrow.
and the lion.
Lion.
And he said that he wanted to be the tornado.
The tornado.
Yeah.
I suppose that's creative.
I guess they did have a tornado in it. That's
Yep,
true.
he was like, no, I want to be the tornado. I don't know if any of this will happen because
Sounds like a lot of effort.
I have learned that you should never buy a child's Halloween costume
No, God, no.
until, oh my
Like
goodness.
2
I'm
weeks before.
sorry. A week
Yeah.
before because they will
Yep.
change their minds
Yes,
5
they
times
will.
because there's too many options.
Trevor says Goodwill has a bunch of Halloween costumes in it,
Oh, yeah.
especially like go there a month after Halloween.
Oh, I
Yes.
Buy
bet,
your costume for next year.
I bought a
because there's
bunch-
going to be 10 billion of them.
Last year, Fawn wanted us to have more Halloween decorations because we had a bunch of old ones that were kind of like half broken.
Yeah.
And so we got rid of a bunch. And we went to Ark Valley Village and they had a ton of stuff.
There you go.
Value Village.
Ark Valley Village is great. And they had Halloween costumes. And I used to take the kids to Once Upon a Child and be like, here, look at this rack of costumes.
Right.
Pick one that fits you. That's what you get. But now they're old enough to like really care.
Yeah. They're getting
How-
into things.
So how old can kids trick or treat now? What did like
It's probably like puberty would
I
be
was
the
ju-
cutoff.
I was just
Yeah.
talking to one of my
Like
friends
12?
because she has
Yeah.
a daughter in 8th grade. And she's like, I think this is probably her last
That's
year.
Pretty old, yeah.
so
She's
eighth
like
grade?
high
Well, she'd be
school-
about 12 or 13.
I
8th
think
grade is 14, I
14.
think.
13,
that's why
14.
I keep forgetting I
Depending
started
on,
early.
because people typically start high school when they're 14.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
So
depends.
she's 13, I think.
Our kids are going to be the old ones in class.
Mine will be the young ones.
Yeah. Yep. Because yours were born just before the cutoff.
Yes.
Yeah. Ours
And
were
yours
like
are,
right
like,
after,
early,
especially
yeah.
Colin. He was like right after the cutoff. So
Oh,
he's going to
that's
be like
nice.
the oldest kid in class every year.
Well, that's good. It's not
The
all
cutoff
bad.
is May.
No, the cutoff is like the school
Sorry.
year.
No,
isn't
it's
it?
not. Fawn could have started kindergarten when she started kindergarten, or she could have started kindergarten the following year.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like mid-May.
no. We thought it was like when the school year starts.
No.
That's weird.
So your kids won't be like old.
No,
They'll
I
be like
guess not.
normal aged. Because like Fawn has some kids in her class that turned 9 in August. And she hasn't turned 9 until May.
Hmm.
Or no, she has a kid in her class that turned 9 a week before she turned 8. And they're in the same grade.
Huh.
Or the other kid flunk.
No, they just waited a year
Just
because
how they cut it off.
you can
Oh,
wait
let's
a
say
year
she flunked it
because
better.
there are some. It's a boy, first of all.
What's a boy? Okay, never mind.
And there, I mean, Sage, his two closest friends in his grade are both 7. They turned 7 this summer, and he turned 6.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, and he's like, "Why am I not as tall as them?" I'm like, "They're a whole year older than you, almost."
That'd be why.
So that's why.
That's the deal. Number
You're eating
3.
too much candy.
Yes.
It's all the candy.
58% will decorate their house in some way, even if it's just a pumpkin on the porch. 60% of people said they enjoy pumpkin carving.
We carve pumpkins.
Yeah, we used to. I don't think we'll do it anymore.
We did like 5 years
I
ago.
have a
We
tip.
haven't since.
I have a tip for you, Andy.
Uh-huh.
Toddler pumpkin carving. Easiest thing to do is get a metal big cookie cutter kit,
And just
or
let
just
them
a couple. No, and then he picks 1 or 2 or 3, and you put it on the pumpkin, and you hammer it into the pumpkin, and then you take it out, and it's like dinosaur.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Because
He'd
then they don't
probably
have to
like
saw
that.
it out, and they love using, he can use like a little toy hammer
Yeah.
or like a tiny hammer or something.
His problem is he
It's great.
wants to do
So easy.
what we do.
Well,
So it's like if he sees us carving, he's going to be like,
that's-
I
but
want
I'm
to
just
do
like,
it.
just do that on a bunch of
Okay.
pumpkins.
We
And then you
don't-
can do a couple different cookie cutters around the whole pumpkin, and it's super easy.
Hmm.
We only have 2 more to go, so you've got to tell your Ethan story about what he said.
Oh, you mean when I was singing the song?
The
What
one
song?
story you just told me yesterday.
You mean the one where I was singing the song?
I think
have
so.
a lot of Ethan stories.
I think it
Yeah,
is the one
it's
you're
most
singing
of
a
his
song.
time.
Do you know what Octonauts is?
It's like a TV show.
It's a cartoon, yeah.
Yeah.
Ethan watched it for like a couple weeks, and then
I hate it.
He hasn't watched it
It's
since.
so bad.
But there's a song in it that it always ends with the creature report. So it's like every episode's about a creature. So it'll be like,
Okay.
this is the episode about we got to go find a, striped bass or something.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like creature report, and then they talk about what the bass does, and then that's it.
Okay.
So I was singing that to him. I think it was 2 days ago now. Yeah, it was 2 days ago at bedtime. I was singing creature report, and he was, having fun with it.
Yeah.
And then Melissa left to go like refill her water or something, and he got all mad. And then so to cheer him up, I started doing creature report, and he walks over to me and goes, "You don't sing that crap again." It's a lot of sass
Oh,
from not even
my
a 3-year-old.
goodness.
You don't
Yeah.
sing
My-
that crap again.
My oldest cousin did something like that in the 50s.
Oh my.
He was probably about that age, and Arthur Godfrey was big in the afternoon. It's the
Sure.
Arthur Godfrey show.
Yep.
Tommy climbed on top of the refrigerator, picked up the radio, and went "Affa Gaffa no good" and threw it on the floor.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Shattered the thing.
Oh,
Affa Gaffa.
Afagaffa. I wonder what Afagaffa means.
yeah. What could that be?
Afagaffa, no
Arthur
good.
Godfrey.
You don't
Oh,
All right.
Oh, Afagaffa's Arthur
Yeah,
Godfrey. I
you
didn't
couldn't
even
say
think about
Arthur
that.
Godfrey. You
Yeah,
just
that's
went,
true.
Affa Gaffa no good.
Afagaffa, no good. Number 2, 67% of parents will buy extra candy just in case they need it. Then they
Cool, of
secretly
course.
stash it away for themselves.
Mhm.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
does that.
Duh.
My wife
Okay.
does that, and then we turn off all the lights and hide in the basement, so nobody rings the doorbell.
There you go. A lot of people do that now.
We don't buy the extra candy anymore because the kids get a bunch of
Yeah,
candy.
they'll just eat it.
And then we let them have as much as they want that night. And then over the weekend, it's like, yes, you can have some candy. Go ahead, grab a couple pieces, blah, blah, blah. And then after the obsession of the Halloween candy wears off, I just take handfuls of their candy and stash it somewhere else.
The candy elves have been here, I see.
No, they don't even realize.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah.
They don't even
Well,
realize.
there's so much of it. You can't even
Yeah. They
you
have
can't
no
even
clue.
conceptualize the amount of candy you
Yeah,
have.
like after that Watertown parade,
Yep.
they're obsessed about it for like a week.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yep.
then I just start taking fistfuls of candy out of the
Yep.
bag, and then they
Well, they
like
get such an
they keep
insane
chipping
amount.
away at it, and then it's gone.
Yep. You ate it all. Look at that.
Or they just stop caring about it a lot of the time. Like there's still probably 4 handfuls of candy that we have hidden somewhere from that. They don't ask about it anymore though. So I'm like, we need
No.
to remember to throw
Yeah.
that away because it's almost Halloween.
Number one, 69% of adults plan to buy Halloween candy, even if they don't expect trick-or-treaters. So for some of us, it's just an excuse to eat sweets.
Of course.
I suppose that's true.
I eat candy all the time.
It's going to
Well,
be
yeah.
tough for us to do Halloween this year because we're moving that week again.
You're
You're
also
moving again?
Yes.
same building, but
Same
Moving
building on
down
the
the
other
hall.
side because
Yeah.
it's got a
Okay.
water.
well, but in that
Oh,
kind of
so you can see
building,
the wood.
you can't really do trick or treating. It's not like people are going to come into your building.
Yeah,
No,
like you don't have like
so-
kids in that
That's
building.
true.
I think
They're
your
not
yeah, I
kids
think
in
your
that
days of handing out candy are pretty much over.
You can
You
go
have
on the
to-
balcony and throw it at the
Yeah,
peasants.
there you go.
That's what I do every night.
Well, you guys never really have been able to do Halloween because at our Dayton house, nobody came.
Yeah,
Golden Valley,
people
did.
a few
Surprisingly.
people, a few people. Golden Valley, hardly anybody
no
came.
one came to Golden Valley.
Nobody
one
came
did.
to your house in Edina
No, that's
Nope.
true.
because you, for a while, I think, yeah, you've always come to our neighborhood and trick or treated with
Mhm.
us because
Yes.
the kids
Yep.
run around.
That
we
is
want to
true.
do something fun. This is the best Halloween we ever had. We threw the kids in the minivan and we went to Summit Avenue in St. Paul.
Oh, I bet that's super fun.
People that live there go
Oh, yeah, they go all
absolutely
out.
mental in those
Yes.
houses. And
Yeah.
there's some of them. I think my son was maybe 7. So the two little youngest were 5.
Okay.
And some of them were so scary. He would go, Dad, I don't think Liam and Eleanor should go to the house with the witches because it might be a little scary for
Oh.
them.
Oh, that's
Oh,
hilarious.
So it's really cool.
Scary
That's
for
funny.
them,
Your
huh?
kids are about the perfect age.
They are. And Fawn loves spooky stuff.
Yeah.
Loves
So does
There are
Ethan.
people with
Ethan has been-
cemeteries in the front yard
Oh,
and
yeah.
lights up in these spooky towers.
Oh,
and
that's
Ethan is
that's
just
awesome.
super into Halloween and has been for a long time.
Well, yeah, I mean, Halloween for kids is like, oh, you get to dress up and eat candy.
Well, but I don't think he even makes the connection, honestly. I think he just likes because he has this app called Super Simple, which is a bunch of different like songs and games and stuff. It's designed for extremely young children. Like,
Okay.
You're probably aged out of it by the time you're like 5.
Okay.
But they have these cartoons and they have Halloween versions of the cartoons. Like one of them is Carl's Car Wash, where it's just like a guy comes up and says, "Oh, my van's dirty," and then goes through the car wash, and that's like how it goes.
Sure.
Very exciting stuff. But then there's this Halloween one where it's like a pumpkin head man in an old timey carriage, and
Okay.
he has watched that one. He watches it like 30 times in a row.
Well, because it's
'Cause he-
different.
he just
than,
likes the- Well, but there's
Normal.
there's Valentine's versions, there's Christmas versions, but he mostly cares about the Halloween versions of things.
Oh.
Yeah, anything with ghosts and stuff, like the Halloween versions of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. He loves
yeah.
that. That's the one he requests.
Oh, funny.
I don't know. Our kids are apparently just like genetically predisposed to spooky stuff.
Spooky. Well, yeah, Fawn, like has like the scarier the better. And
Yeah.
she's always loved ghosts.
Yeah, she loves ghosts and scary
and
stuff.
scary stories and the Addams Family and
Yep. Wednesday.
Wednesday and Hotel Transylvania.
And she loves that stuff.
She does.
But I did too when I was a kid. She's taken after Bop Bop. That's all it is.
I mean, yeah, I did too. I always
Yep.
liked it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it is genetic.
I think I ruined my kids inadvertently. I
Oh,
was
great.
a newly single dad, and
Uh-oh.
Wes was 6 or 7, so Ellie would have been 4. And I said, "What do you guys want to do after dinner?" And he goes, "There's a new movie we really want to see. It's a cartoon." I said, "Great, let's go." It was Coraline.
Oh,
yeah.
Coraline.
Fawn, that's
Pretty
pretty
spooky,
creepy.
Yeah,
Fawn
we
would
made
really
it about
likes that
halfway
movie,
through,
yeah.
and then when the evil mom started sewing buttons over Coraline's eyes,
Yeah.
that was about as much. I said, "Guys, what do you say we go home and have some
Yeah,
popcorn?"
Coraline, you should probably be like 10 at least, I would
Yeah,
say.
I'm
Fawn
lose
has
my-
watched it many times.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. but
Really?
yes.
It's a freaky movie.
It is freaky.
Really,
It's-
really freaky.
It's really weird. I think the thing with Fawn is like she doesn't get scared by that kind of thing. Cause like, she was 2 years old and we went to Disney World and I was like, oh, it's Mickey Mouse. And she looks at me and she goes, it's a guy in a suit. Like it's just a
See, my
person.
kids
Like
aren't-
she-
aren't
I was like
smart.
that.
She
How
just-
old was I when I got like mad that the Ninja Turtle, like a guy in a costume came to my birthday party.
Oh yeah,
Because it wasn't.
I was
an
probably
actual
like
Ninja Turtle.
6 or something.
yeah, 5 or 6.
And yeah, it's like this guy in a Ninja Turtle costume comes to my birthday party, and I get all mad because it's not
It's
the
not the
real Ninja
real-
Turtles, whatever that means.
Yeah, because
It's
there
like, was I
isn't
expecting
real...
a bipedal turtle with a
Yeah.
katana to come to my birthday party? Apparently, I was.
Yeah, like Fawn's always been able to separate like this is fake
Yeah.
and made up, and I don't need to worry about this.
Right.
Sage is much more like this is scary. I don't like he will leave. We watched Mrs. Doubtfire,
Mm-hmm.
and the mom and the dad. So Sally Fields, right?
Is
Isn't
it
that the
Sally
mom?
Field?
I don't
Is it Sally
remember.
Fields?
Is it
I
Sally
don't
Fields?
think that's right.
No,
for
it's
some
not
reason.
Doubtfire mom. Let's see. Jessica Meyerson.
Jessica Meyerson.
Same,
Sure.
same.
Sally Field is in Mrs. Doubtfire. She plays Miranda Hillard, who is
That's the mom.
Right,
Yes.
what the hell?
Sally
So
Fields.
her.
It is
Oh,
Sally
so
Fields.
it is Sally Field. There you
I
go.
was like, I'm pretty
Good
sure.
job,
it's Sally
Google
Fields.
AI.
Yeah.
Piece of crap.
Anyway, so Sally Field and Robin Williams are yelling at each other because they're whatever. And Sage left. He was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. And then he left. And then we had to go get him when they were done fighting because he was just like, I don't like the arguing. It's
Yeah.
too stressful.
Wow.
So he can't do.
I mean, I
scary
don't.
movies.
I'm.
No, I
agree.
understand. Yeah. he's like,
Drama, like
yeah.
stuff like that. I just, I don't know. Watching
like-
people be mad at each other and
Yeah.
like, oh, but he said this, and then she ran away, and it's like
Yeah.
the
Well,
dumbest crap in the world.
One Mrs. Doubtfire is pretty silly. It's a pretty silly
is.
movie. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden these
But there
adults
are
are yelling at
yeah.
each other about really serious stuff. And so yeah,
Yep.
for a 6-year-old, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't like this part.
I
No,
would
thank
not
you.
have liked that movie at 6.
He really liked it other than that.
I don't remember my first live action movie that I went to.
I don't know either.
I know I didn't like anything with like people in it for a very long time. I was like, if it's not a cartoon, I'm not watching this.
Yeah.
So you
It's too
did.
serious.
The only exception is, do you remember we had this VHS tape? We Sing Grandpa's Toys, and it had like Punchinello the Clown. I watched it a ton.
No.
We probably, I mean, honestly, you probably got rid of it by the time you were old enough to care about it. But
Yeah.
I watched that a lot. But then everything else, everything was a cartoon. Nothing live action for me.
What about Lamb Chop?
Never really cared for Lamb Chop.
I
I just
didn't.
liked the fact that you could be annoying by singing the song that doesn't end.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It goes on and on, my friends.
All right, you're going to learn more because once again, Dad delivers
Oh
on
boy.
education.
Delivers on education.
Yeah. You need to declutter and get rid of some crap at your house. Does any of the three of you have to declutter and get rid of crap at your house?
I have a toddler, so yes, literally always.
Always.
I get rid of stuff constantly.
And Doug, you're right
well,
in the
we
middle
just
of it.
did. I mean, we just moved,
Oh,
so
yeah, you
we
just
get
Moving is the best
Really?
decluttering experience in the world.
Yep.
It's just horrible as all.
we have a little more to go, but not much.
Well, this is going to be interesting. You need to declutter and get rid of some crap. Try pretending someone crapped on it. Have you heard the poop rule yet? I have not.
What?
The poop rule.
Like, is this something that I care enough about to wash poop off of
I
it?
guess.
Ah,
And then if I do,
maybe.
I keep it. And if I
Maybe.
don't, I get rid of it. What a weird.
That's
I
a
mean, I'm
very-
assuming.
So
that's
what if
it
there's
is.
poop on toilet paper? What do you do then?
yeah,
Mm.
what then?
I bet they hadn't thought of that.
Like
Yeah.
if you got poop on your phone, you wouldn't get a new phone.
Throw it away. I would hope not.
You'd clean your phone.
That would be
I'd
good.
autoclave it.
But if there was poop on
Like a book.
a bracelet that
Yeah.
you don't wear, you'd probably just be like, man, I'm gonna throw it away.
Okay, well, here's
Maybe?
the story. We're
Yeah.
going to find out.
This is
You
weird.
need to declutter, get rid of some crap. Try pretending someone crapped on it. Have you heard of the poop rule yet? It went viral on TikTok after a woman with ADHD heard about it from a therapist.
Hey,
What?
she's a member of my club.
Yeah, there you go. She has trouble organizing. It's supposed to make it easier to let go of stuff you don't really need. The technique is simple. Pick up something in your hands and pretend there's poop on it. Really try to visualize the feces.
Really?
Then ask yourself, if there really was poop on this, would I wash it or throw it away?
See?
If it's something you'd wash, then keep it. If it's something you wouldn't, then throw it out or donate it since it really doesn't have poop on it. It's kind of like a grosser version of the spark joy trick from Marie Kondo. I have no idea what that
Does
means.
this spark joy?
So Marie Kondo wrote a book called The Life-Changing Magic
It's
of
Kondo.
Tidying Up. Kondo.
Baka gaijin.
What is it?
Okay. People in America say Marie Kondo.
Yes, they do.
It's spelled Kondo, Kondo.
It's Japanese.
But it's Japanese, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she says that you should, like, say you want to declutter your closet. You should take literally everything out of your closet and put it in a pile in the middle of your floor or
Yep.
in the middle of your bed. Empty it out.
That's
Like,
what you do
there's
when you move.
nothing
So
left.
there you go.
And then you take everything piece by piece and you ask yourself, does this spark joy? So, like, does this make me happy? Does this actually
Right.
add any quality to my life? And then if the answer is yes, then you can keep it. And you kind of have to, there's another step of kind of thinking, does this make me happy because I wore it on my first date
Yeah.
with my husband and I haven't worn it in 5 years? Okay, should I keep it because I don't wear it, it doesn't fit, whatever. I'm not going to forget about my first date if I get rid of this dress, like, kind of thing. And then you can take a picture of it and then get rid of it.
See, there you go.
But the poop thing is interesting because say
Picturing poop.
there was poop on my deodorant.
Yeah.
I would throw it away, but I'd have to buy a new one.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to put on deodorant that has poop on it.
Yeah.
Well,
So, like,
no, I would
This
think
doesn't
not.
make that.
Then it would be odorant.
That's a loophole.
It would be
In the-
odorant. It would not be deodorant. It
Yeah.
would be odorant.
Like,
Andy's
but if there was
absolutely
poop
right.
on the outside of my thing of deodorant, I'd throw it away, but I'd order a new one so then it wouldn't really be getting rid of anything.
Well, you guys brought this up earlier, this Diddy thing.
Yeah.
The story just popped up on my screen.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, this thing's going to get hideous. Another 120 people are suing Diddy for sexual assault, sex trafficking, and other crimes. A lawyer representing them says the claims by both men and women date back to 1991. Many of the alleged victims say they were drugged and then raped after being promised a foot in the showbiz door.
Mm.
He also said that companies who profiled from turning a blind eye to Diddy's actions will be named. These include banks, pharmaceutical companies, hotels, and even record labels like Bad Boy, Universal, and Epic. And he claims a lot of famous people are caught up in this. Some of this behavior occurred at well-known venues and at private residences of people we all know. Many powerful people will be exposed. Many dirty secrets will be revealed. The names will shock you. The lawyer says 25 of the victims were underage when they the alleged rapes took place. The youngest accuser was 9 years old. At least one case, a woman claims she was drugged with a horse tranquilizer. Another says she was pregnant when she was drugged and raped. She also claims that when she woke up, her two lower orifices were torn. Oh, Jesus. This is going to get really hideous, isn't it?
I think it already has gotten hideous. We just don't know who the people are.
Why would you want to do this to other people? I still don't
I don't.
understand that.
Okay.
I mean, overpowering a 9-year-old boy, that must have been a real tough job. Okay, what?
I'm looking up the lyrics to a song.
By Diddy?
No, by Eminem.
By Eminem?
Yeah.
Is it about Diddy?
And I'm trying to think, okay.
I still can't
It's-
believe he got away with the name Eminem.
There's
Why?
M&M, Marshall
name's
Mathers.
Marshall.
Oh, I know, but Eminem's.
Oh,
Yeah, it is
Back off.
interesting that these days, I think if someone like if Eminem came onto the scene 30 years later, they probably would have sued him.
I would think so, yes.
Okay. So this song came out, Eminem,
Mm-hmm.
and he like called out.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
Diddy.
remember.
he
There's
called
a
out
bunch
Diddy
of people going back and listening to things and hearing
Really?
people like
Yes.
kind of allude to this kind of behavior.
Really?
Yeah, like Justin Bieber
Yeah,
has a song.
Well,
where
he
like,
lived with him for a while, didn't he?
that I
Right?
don't know.
I don't know
I
about
think
that.
Justin Bieber lived. Andy, would you look it up? I think he lived with Diddy for a while when he was like 14 or something.
Creepy.
Nice
but yeah, he
parents.
has a song I'm trying to remember which one it was, but it like now everybody's like, oh, this is about him being around P. Diddy.
Right.
Anyway, so Eminem has a song. It's called Fuel. And in one of the not verses, there we go. I was going to say chorus, and I was like, I can't think of it.
There you go.
The
That's
Okay,
good.
so he says, I'm like a RAPER. I got so many essays. Wait, he didn't just spell the word rapper and leave out the P, did he?
See?
Mm,
There you go. There you go,
there's
right
the P,
there.
did he?
I know. He's like, I don't know. Eminem's very talented. I'd say, like writing
Good to
wise,
know.
I think he's an incredibly talented.
I don't really like rap, so
Musician.
I liked one song.
Like the way that he writes his songs and the lyrics that he uses.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not like a huge Eminem fan. I'm not sitting in my car listening to Eminem, but I think he's very clever and does a really good job.
The only rap song I've ever liked is California Love because it's not negative. It's very positive.
I do love California.
They keep it rocking,
They keep it
There's
rocking.
plenty of positive.
Are there?
like the Humpty Dance.
The, doing
Do
the
the
Humpty
Humpty
Hump.
Hump.
Do the Humpty Hump. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not my kind of music. Well, I was a huge fan of R&B, and it destroyed the R&B area, which really pissed me off because I loved. I mean,
the R&B area.
well, they did.
The area.
Who's better than Marvin Gaye at singing a song? And he
R&B.
didn't rap. Okay,
Adele.
I mean,
know,
Adele. Well,
everybody-
Adele's a hell of a singer.
Everybody rips pop stars for singing the national anthem because they tend to go overboard and
Yes,
go
they
and do all
do.
sort of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. There's
And I agree, except if you ever get a chance, watch Marvin Gaye doing the national anthem at the 1983 All-Star game.
Yeah,
It's him and a Dr. Rhythm beatbox, and it is so cool, and it's so different than the
Oh.
national anthem, but it's just, and he is, he's as smooth as a $20 martini. So 1983 All-Star game.
okay. I
Marvin
will look
Gaye.
that up because I love Marvin Gaye. There is so if anybody remembers Fergie singing the national anthem.
no.
Oh boy, I'm gonna
You're gonna find it.
find it. Here,
Worse than
listen to it.
Roseanne Barr.
There is
Oh my God, Roseanne Barr was the worst ever.
there is a children's book now of the lyrics that it sounds like she's saying. And
Well, while
okay,
you look
so
it
I
up,
look up Fergie, and the first
Oh,
thing is
okay.
Fergie national anthem. Okay, it's at the NBA All-Star game.
That's because the phone heard us saying.
How long
it
national
could
anthem.
be.
Okay,
Yeah, that's probably true.
not now. Oh, it's on. Oh, just
Oh my
What
God,
in
is
the
that
heck?
her?
Just wait, just
What
wait, just
the
wait.
hell
hell
was
Cut,
that?
okay.
God.
Can you see by the dawn's early
Oh my
Oh,
God!
make it stop, Alex.
So bad.
so proudly wave
She's trying so hard.
at the twilight's last gleam,
Here it comes.
whose broad stripes
Oh, she didn't go high.
and bright stars
Doug's gonna vomit.
perilous fight o'er the rivers we watched were so
An
gallant.
episode of Where Are They Now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, missed it by a couple inches.
Yep.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit
See if
out.
you can find Marvin Gaye. Now,
Oh
we need
my
a palate
goodness.
cleanser
Okay.
after that. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, well, she looks it up whenever we talk about bad national anthems. It's not bad so much as a trend that I think hopefully went away at some point, but The Simpsons doing Bleeding Gums Murphy singing the national
Oh,
anthem.
God. There it is. I said, oh, say.
7-minute long.
Is this the one with the clock swinging
Yeah.
around the background?
Yeah,
Going
the
on and on.
sun starts rising by the time he's done. That's true. That's how people always used to
Oh,
sing
I
the
know.
anthem.
It's like, why does this need to
They
take
did.
so
Yeah,
long?
you do not need to draw out every single note.
No. Okay, ready? Marvin Gaye.
Marvin.
Uh-oh. Watch it.
Oh, it's Barack Obama.
Barack
There's
Obama.
an ad.
Probably not
Oh.
a great singer.
Okay, probably not.
By the
Probably.
rockets.
Father shot and killed him.
Mhm.
Well, there's a little
I always
cocaine
forget
involved.
about
That's-
Yeah, well, my
Cocaine
dad
is
never did
not
cocaine.
good
No.
for people.
that. It is.
No, it's not. No question about it. Yet it's not good for cocaine. Is not good for people.
Crack
Well,
is
but-
whack.
Crack is whack.
No,
And
all
Coke
that
is a
stuff.
joke.
Exactly.
I don't know. The whole situation with all of this stuff, it just amazes me. That's all I have to say, right?
Right.
Right.
I'm not going to read this story, but I'm going to read you a headline because I do not believe this.
Oh boy.
Okay.
1 in 7 people. Okay, so you're talking about 13% of the population, correct?
Yeah.
1 in 7 people sleep in whatever they wore that day.
I used to.
Andy used to.
You did?
When I was a teenager, I would just
In
go.
college, you did too.
Yeah, I would just go to bed. It was like whatever.
Well, then would you change clothes in the morning or what? would
Yeah.
you- That's it. I've never thought of going to sleep in my street clothes.
I think I did it by accident once or twice.
Oh, you
in
mean by
college, but-
accident? That's a
I was say I've fallen
Hey,
asleep.
it's time to go to sleep.
I've fallen
I
asleep
mean,
with my
tell you
kids,
so.
laying with them to
Yeah.
go to sleep, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden it's 1 a.m. and I'm like in
Yep.
jeans in their bedroom. What?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't do it anymore for sure. But yeah, as a teenager, early 20s, no
Yeah.
problem. Didn't bother me at all.
I
I don't know why or
have
how.
not ever intentionally done that.
What, slept in your clothing?
No.
I never have either.
No.
So why? How is it comfortable to sleep in full clothes?
Full
That seemed to
clothes.
me it wouldn't be all that comfortable.
No.
No, if you're
No,
tired enough.
like I said, it just never bothered me.
Remember one time over at the Stanley's house, the Stanley family, loved the Stanley family, but we had all been squealing a little bit, and we were not old enough to squeal a little bit. So some of us slept in the basement, and I went downstairs, gonna lay down on the couch. This other guy comes down, takes off his shoes, and I had to get up and go home. His feet smelled so bad. I mean, what would cause your feet to reek like that?
Lack of showering, I would
Yeah.
assume.
So it's take a shower. I mean, so what is it? Mold I was smelling, or
I hope
mean,
not
seriously,
mold.
What the hell would
I
it
mean,
be?
how do you even?
Can we go back to child abuse?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't
Ser-
know.
oh
Like,
my God, did it reek? I will never forget that as
he
long
had
as I
to have
live.
been wearing the same socks or something.
Yeah,
for
probably.
like
For a
2
month.
weeks.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, if you take your shoes or socks off at any time, you air them out.
Yeah,
Yeah, like every night.
Yeah.
you would hope.
Yeah, you try to take your shoes off when you're at home. I don't want to walk around the house in my
That's like-
shoes.
Fawn came home from dance last night. She's done with dance at 7:30 on Tuesdays, and she took her socks off, and she was like, "Ugh, I've been wearing socks all day long."
That's how I am. As soon
'Cause
as
at
I get home, I
dance-
take my socks off, and Melissa always thinks it's so funny. It's like,
I can't
hate
wait
wearing
to
socks. I
free
hate 'em.
my feet.
yeah,
It's the best.
get those things off.
Oh,
me.
anytime I go for a run this morning, I went for a run and I got in the house and I like threw my shoes off and just ripped my socks
Yep,
off. I was
exactly.
like, freedom.
That's exactly how I am.
No question about it. God, they're going on and on and on about this whole. Can you believe how many famous people have died this week?
I know, it's crazy.
Holy God! I
Really?
mean,
No.
tons of them.
No, I've been following.
Says somebody keep an eye on Keith Richards. If there's ever a time he's in jeopardy, it's now. Famous people are dropping like flies.
It
John
just-
Amos passed away August 21st, although his death was just announced yesterday. He was 84. Amos was best known as James Evans, the dad on the 70s sitcom Good Times. He also played the other Kunta Kinte, the older Kunta Kinte on the miniseries
That's
Roots.
right. He was in Roots. I forgot that.
And Cleo McDowell in Coming to America. His big career break was playing the weatherman Gordie Howe on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Yeah, I do remember that.
And yet somebody made it to 100 yesterday.
Who
Jimmy
made
Carter.
it to 100? Oh, Jimmy Carter. Yeah,
yeah,
he made it. to 100.
he made
Yeah,
it, huh?
He did.
Which is weird because he went into hospice like
long
7
time
months
ago,
ago,
yeah.
or at least. And I thought, well, he had a good run.
Well, I mean, you
and
got to make
he's
it to 100.
Still around.
Just will yourself there. He's probably going to die today.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm good.
I don't know how great a president he was, but he always seemed to me to be the best human being as a president.
There's a great documentary called The Rock and Roll President.
Oh, okay.
And it's about he a lot of his support came from bands in the US. Willie Nelson,
Yeah, oh yeah,
the
yep.
Allman Brothers, they
Yep.
were big supporters, and he would have them over to the White House and stuff.
Well,
And
they're all Georgians.
jazz musicians
that's
and
why.
stuff. Huh?
They're all from Georgia. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. A lot of them were, but it's really great because they have interviews with these people, and they interview Willie, and he goes, yeah, I had told the story that it was me and my son that got high in the White House. And Jimmy Carter comes in and says he was being very kind because it was actually Willie getting high with my son.
Well, hey, whatever works. That's all I know. I don't know. It just, I don't know. Why wasn't he a better president? They just didn't let him be, it seemed to me.
I'm a big Jimmy Carter fan. I don't think he's perfect. He did some
Yeah.
stuff that was right that probably cost him the presidency. What's really interesting is, inflation took off in the late 70s when it was terrible. And he, in that chair of the Fed at the time, came up with the idea to raise up interest rates to kill inflation.
Mhm.
It took a long time. It finally worked.
All right.
Reagan kept the same chair of the Fed and kept the idea going. And finally, in the 83 or so, things got back to normal. It's exactly what we just did in this country now.
Right.
But that makes it hard to survive. I think also what he did with when Russia invaded Afghanistan really pissed a lot of people off. Now, to remind you, he boycotted the Olympics because it was in Moscow.
Right.
Pissed off,
Right.
half the country, and then he pissed off the farmers by starting the grain embargo.
Mhm.
The Soviet Union. That's kind of what did him in. But I don't know. He's an interesting guy, and I think what you said earlier, he was the right person at the right time. We really needed the reset after Nixon and Vietnam. The
Yeah.
country was just worn out in the 70s.
It
I mean,
was.
everybody was exhausted. And Carter might have been the right person. He certainly lived a great post-presidential life. I mean,
Mhm.
all the
Yeah,
stuff
so
that he's
far.
done.
No question. Maybe run this by Andy and Alex. Did you watch any of the debate last night?
Didn't even know there was
I didn't
one.
do that. There was a vice presidential debate, right?
The vice presidential debate.
I
It
s-
actually went very well.
The only reason I knew about it is because earlier I saw somebody took a picture of their TV and posted it on Instagram.
And what did it say?
It was just the vice presidential debate.
Oh, so they didn't say it sucks or
No,
whatever.
it's like,
But
there it is.
I thought they were pretty courteous to one another. I mean, at the beginning, of course, they wanted to launch on Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, but then that just kind of settled down after a while, and it seemed the two guys, J.D. Vance and our governor, got along pretty well.
I was going to say, if you said, I'll give you $1,000 to name the Republican vice president candidate, I would not have been able to name.
How about the Democrat one?
Well, I know that one
'cause
because
we're
from
from
Minnesota.
Minnesota,
We're from
yeah.
If he
Minnesota,
was
yeah.
any other guy, I wouldn't know. But the only reason I know is because he's from
So
Minnesota.
your generation doesn't pay attention to that kind of stuff?
I mean,
I don't. Some people very
some
much
people
do. Yes.
definitely pay attention.
Oh,
Yeah,
do they
if I
get
had
they get
s-
fired up about it?
I've never seen this J.D. Vance person in my
No,
life.
I don't know who he is. He's just
Never heard of him.
some politician.
Senator from Ohio.
He also
Senator
wrote a
from
very
Ohio.
famous book and movie.
Wasn't he like super creepy? Didn't he do something real creepy or something?
He's done some interesting things like what the Haitians eat dogs or something. I don't know. Was that him or is that somebody else? That was him? Well, apparently they do in Haiti, but I didn't know that. How the hell do I know? I've never gone to Haiti, so I don't really care.
I have some breaking news. This is interesting.
Really?
In Japan, Andy's favorite country, a regional airport in Japan closed on Wednesday after an undetonated bomb likely dropped by the U.S. in World War II
God.
exploded,
Oh,
What?
canceling
God.
dozens of flights, though causing no injuries.
jeez.
Oh my goodness.
A bomb went off after what, 80 years?
Yeah.
There are
1944.
Scary.
there are massive swaths of land, especially in Eastern Europe, where you cannot go because of
'Cause
World
there's
War II
random
mines.
bombs,
Really?
Yeah, mines and
Yeah.
artillery shells that haven't exploded. They will not let you. If you
Eek.
go over there, odds are you'll die. And it's
Yep.
just not worth trying to get all of it because they're just like, it's pretty much there forever.
Scary. All right, I have to go.
Miyazaki, I think I pronounced
Well, we can
that
just
right.
wrap it up with-
Miyazaki Airport.
Miyazaki Airport.
We got the 51 minutes in. We're good. We
I
can
gotta
all
go.
go.
I gotta help the first graders.
All right. She's got to help the first graders. Any closing words, fellas?
I thought it was done.
Okay, we are done. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.
Got a picture in my noggin reminds me of this rose before. And every time I hear the singing reminds me how you talking